Let's talk about the implications of all of this. Jared's at the Wi-Fi Interactive for a check of the markets. First we had SVB, Credit Suisse now causing a lot of consternation in the banking world.
Yes, and to be fair here, Credit Suisse is a lot bigger than Silicon Valley Bank, about 2.5 times total assets. And let's just see what's happening in the stock futures in the U.S., and then we can check what's happening in the banking sector overnight. S&P futures down 1.86%. And if you see this chart, this is from midnight last night Eastern time, just a slow, steady decline, really accelerating during the European session. We can see the NASDAQ futures, they are off a little bit less than the Dow futures. Pretty similar story here. Do want to track what's happening with WTI crude oil. We are seeing it with a 69 handle. Haven't seen it below $70 in months and months. And so the global growth story now coming into question. And I want to show you what's going on in the bond market as well. 10-year T-note yield, that is down another 15 basis points. I'm going to show you a 3-month chart with candlesticks just so you can see. Last week we were at 4%. We hit 3.5%, actually lower than that. Bounced up yesterday and are back down. All of this translating into huge bond market volatility. This is a B of A move index. This is at the highest level. I'm going to put a 20-year chart. Guess what? We surpassed, and it's hard to see here, we surpassed the pandemic high, and we are now in territory that we haven't seen since the global financial crisis. So something to keep an eye on there, and all of this playing out with more fallout in the banking system. But this time it's not the regionals. We're worried about the majors, and specifically overseas. Credit Suisse, let's see if I can find it here. It is much smaller than it used to be. Down about 25% last time I checked. And as Julie, you were talking about just earlier, the cost to insure debt against default has just skyrocketed. Here it is, a 20-year chart. And you can see that this stock used to be, a $70, $80 stock. That was before the global financial crisis, a long time ago. Now $2.51. We're probably looking at, and we're going to talk about this a lot, we're going to talk about a potential restructuring of it, a sale. We don't know what's going to happen. But again, this is a European bank, different story than what happens with the American side of things. Julie.
Of course, but all of them are interconnected,
Very
right? And
so.
so that's why you have these concerns here that are now, everybody's sort of on edge following Silicon Valley Bank. And now that is infecting everything,
so.
even things that don't have to do directly with it. So we're going to talk much more about that.